Ladies and gentlemen, the situation is serious. The unexpectedly quick success of the Americans on the Chinese front, and China is at this point all but defeated. The Chinese capital is almost surrounded, and French troops and American troops are advancing along the whole front line, has led to a massive eastern front opening up for the Soviets. They have to defend Mongolia as well as their own borders inside Siberia. And we assume that this has led to them pulling troops off their western border, which means they are now being overrun by the European forces of the Allies. And Stalingrad is being threatened, and it's probably a matter of months at this point for the Soviet Union to capitulate. This is a massive problem, because right now we have a sort of balance. The Soviet forces are keeping Allied troops busy to a degree. The Chinese forces are keeping Allied troops busy to a degree. And we were planning to wait out the Allied invasions until we could convince the Finnic peoples to join us in a new empire. Unfortunately, we might not have the time for that. So we have tried to cut one of the supply lines of the Polish Republic towards Moscow, but it seems that they have rerouted the supply through Allied territory. So this little foray has not led to the expected outcome, which means we are going to have to reach for desperate measures. We are going to have to try and break up the Polish Republic. That hopefully, given that they control the whole front line, would cause massive mayhem in the situation and on this line, and hopefully prevent the Soviet Union from collapsing. There's no guarantee for that, obviously, but it's the best we can do. Now, for that, we are going to need the First Army, and at this point, the First Army only has 13 divisions, so it's just at half strength. And somebody needs to take over the defensive duties that the First Army is currently occupying in Sweden. So we need more divisions, and we need them now. We have a fair amount of divisions that we can bring into the fight. We've got some tank divisions, but they are still lacking the self-propelled artillery. So there's really no good reason to bring them in, except maybe the first one. But we are definitely going to bring in all these green troops right now. And these divisions are, that's 15 new divisions. We are going to assign them to, actually we have to give this one a name. So this is 2nd Army, 3rd, 4th, 5th, Territorial Defense, and this is going to be the 6th Army. And the 6th Army needs potentially some insignia. We only have up to the 5th. And we're not doing the celestial penetration. No, that sounds wrong in many ways. So actually, let's leave it as at that. But the 6th Army, unfortunately, we can't get under Army Group 2 because Army Group 2 is already full. So the 6th Army is going to have to take a fair amount of these troops. How many do we need? We currently have... what do we have to defend here? We're going to have to pull the First Army troops out. So we have to defend 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, about four provinces here. So let's bring 8 divisions from these newly recruited divisions in. And we have them. So, half adds 8 divisions. We bring them in, and these divisions are going to take over the frontline duties, sort of along this line here. So that's 4 position, 8 divisions of the 6th Army. We'll get them in position. We do have some divisions here reinforcing positions along the coastline. And that leaves us with 7 divisions that we can join with the First Army. So we will try to hold. We get 2 divisions each here. We'll have to pull the First Army troops off the lines. First Army troops are going to and we'll have to make a little bit of a plan here. Are going to attack Poland. So the goal is not to necessarily resurrect Germany or occupy Poland, but we are going to first push is going to be towards the Gdansk Warsaw line that we've held in the past. So everything that is Polish territory, actually. This is Polish. This is all Poland. This is all Poland. This is all still Poland. So we'll try to push towards Warsaw, and we'll try to be mobile and occupy as much territory as possible, encircling and defeating as many Allied troops in the process. The Polish divisions on the lines here should be relatively weakened, but they do have some support from some Allied divisions here as well. But hopefully we can manage to break through and just cause enough chaos and destroy enough divisions. So the First Army is going to run wild, and that's sort of the key here. We already have one First Army division here on the front line. So let's plan the assault. I'm thinking of going through the gap once more and see if we can. Where do we have supply? We do have supply in Grodno, so that would be a push towards from Grodno. That's unfortunately across a river, so I think that's not the ideal assault line. And there are some fortifications left over from when we were holding this territory. There's some modern British tanks here, so we can push towards Bialystok and Königsberg. Königsberg probably is a good first go, just across the plains here in the north, and see if we can take Königsberg and encircle a couple of divisions here. That'll force the Europeans as well to back off from their positions at the Soviet line. Our positions here are relatively weak. The British are a bigger concern, and I don't know how many reserves they have. But pushing towards Königsberg, Gdansk, Allenstein, and then eventually Warsaw is probably going to be what the plan is going to look like. So let's begin by getting that First Army Division. There will be more, but we will give them a front line. And the first push is going to be we're not going to have supply here, and Königsberg is obviously a port, but I think the first push is going to be towards Königsberg to cut off these northern divisions here, and then potentially towards the south. But for now we'll draw an offensive line towards Königsberg, Allenstein. That's going to be the first push. And I am willing to train more divisions, because we are going to need them, specifically just divisions that can hold the territory. The other thing that we can probably do, we do have not many mechanized divisions. We have a couple of trucks, so I wonder if we can build a motorized division for fast breakthrough operations. That might be quite interesting as well. Or we resurrect our cavalry divisions, but I'm not particularly feeling like cavalry at this point. The task at hand is more around defeating Allied divisions and potentially capitulating Poland. And before anybody mentions it, we could try to do some paradrops as well. So we may be able to gain aerial superiority on a short notice. But I'm very reluctant to risk losing these divisions. So, and I don't know how. I would assume that taking Warsaw alone isn't going to defeat them. They're probably going to relocate towards Krakow, if I had to guess. as a secondary capital. So we may have to push relatively deep into Polish territory. And yeah, we will try to take as much Polish territory as we can. Generally, probably we're going to have to take this area if I had to guess. So anything between Hinterpommern, or at least the Gdansk, Krakow, Warsaw, Grodno line, like that sort of triangle, I'm thinking, is what we need to take. And we'll try to destroy as many Allied divisions as we can. If this doesn't work out and the Soviets capitulate, we will continue as a contingency to build fortifications, and as much as we can, and try to prepare for an all-out onslaught from all directions. Have we completed the fortifications in the north? I don't think anybody can do anything in the north, but I would be kind of keen to see. No, we haven't. We might have to prioritize these just in case. That would be the no, these are the Olonets fortifications. Yeah, these we need as well. It's the Onega fortifications. Okay, we'll prioritize this line and try to get that done. Just because these aren't actually, but we are going to complete Vitebsk first. These are, because this is open, this is behind a river line, but this is open territory, so I'd like to have that fortified. The other bigger problem that we're going to really have if the Soviet Union is going to capitulate is potential naval invasions into Murmansk, and I have nothing there, and I don't really have the troops to do anything about it. So we are definitely going to need some more defensive troops. I am willing to go down to 200,000 divisions, 200,000 men, 200,000 men. But that's the operational reserve. So we are going like that. That's 11 more divisions that we can use. We'll get them trained up. I mean, this division is kind of half equipped. Is it going to be valuable? Yeah. How many divisions do I have now in the first? We've got 20 out of 24. I might be able to just bring this division in. And the other ones are lacking their self-propelled artillery, so they're not particularly effective. This one may work. So yeah, we'll deploy this one as well. And while everybody is while everybody is making their way in, let's take the defensive divisions out of the first, and that single division that I just deployed. Where did it go? This one. And let's get these just trained. We'll see how far we get until the divisions are in place. But yeah, we will need to move everything that's first of the lines. So here, these divisions need to move. Where else do we have First Army deployed? There. That one can actually probably move already, so let's get that off the line. You please already join the front line here. And where else do we have first? That's these divisions we will pull off. We have some First Army divisions defending here in the north. That's less than ideal, but I need something here to hold. So we might leave those, but these three already need to join here as well. So 5 divisions here. We will get 1 division from here to help defend, and then everybody else is going to move off. So that should work out. And yeah, the Air Force is not in a state. We do have two wings. We do have 2 air wings up that need to exercise still. We might be able to train up a 3rd one, but the Air Force is not going to be able to stand up against the Allied forces. We've got 62 Typhoons, so let's get another one going and get everybody trained up who needs to be trained up. And in the meantime, we are going to deal with the latest American invasion. That's another... what is this? That's another 24 divisions here landing. So we will see if they make their way through, but and we still have to defeat a couple of French divisions here, but I think we've got this under control in the north, and then everybody else needs to already move back to their defensive lines. We'll move one division already back there. I'm not particularly happy with the northern line here, but I think these divisions have got this, so we can move the other ones already back into their defensive lines. And we'll send this one further north, just to hold the other side of the river. This is 1. These are 2, so we need 2 divisions here to defend that. We've got the railway battery helping out, and everything else is, I think, in a decent shape. We've got plenty of divisions stationed along the lines here. I do need, however, somebody to hold this line. I don't know who got lost here, but you please make your way back there. So this is important. This line needs to hold, as does this one. And I can't really. I do need some First Army divisions here for counterattacks. Okay, I think we've got everything sorted. Yeah, we might be able to bring the marine divisions in if needed for river crossings, but we'll do that on an ad hoc basis. Okay, so I think we've got everything sorted. Anything else that I need to change? Anything that I need to look into? Do I have my operatives? We're still recruiting another operative. Yes, I need to get my operatives. So you need to please start with Poland, and so do you. And you in Krakow, please. Okay, and you are on defense. I am going to... what's my situation? It's still serious activity. We do have some counterintelligence, which does help, but I'm not sure if this is actually helping against the intel networks. What's my level of entrenchment now? There are still a couple of enemy intel networks happening here, so I'm going to leave one operative on this position just to deal with that. And okay, so operational plan. We do need, and in fact, I think I'm just going to change that offensive order. We are going to get that offensive order to be what we eventually need to take. So that is what we need to make happen. Okay, let's see if we can. We'll have to be slow and methodical, because I have this is all the reserves I'm ever going to get. There's literally nothing more. So submarines, one is in training. 3 submarines are currently engaged in a battle here, but being chased by Canadian destroyers, as was historically accurate. So we will see if we can. We'll maintain our naval engagements in the area. They are sending destroyers to dealing with that, but well, we'll do what we can to destroy troop transports if possible, and anything else that we can get our hands on. Okay, so first things first, we need to deal with this naval invasion. And do I need to reinforce this? I don't think they're strong enough. I think the entrenchment should hold here of these divisions, but we'll see in a second what's happening at the Norwegian coast. Not something I wanted to do anything with. We have defeated the French division here, so we can... Okay, so that's all done. So these are already moving back into place. That means you can move there, and you can move back here. Actually, you move here, and I need one more division. You move over there. Okay. I need to make sure we are holding this down here, because we are we're sending a couple of divisions to reinforce, but we're a little stretched thin around the lines here. So don't necessarily want to have to deal with incursions if I have to, if I can avoid it. So this division is moving off, which has immediately caused them to start attacking as a French tank division. Can we? Yes, we can actually pierce this French tank divisions, which is nice. It's good to know. Okay, so the concern is the American invasion. Do I need additional troops to defeat this? I'm not sure if they... Yeah, I think they can hold this. I want to not break the entrenchment if I can. And these divisions are exercising. Good. We'll see if we can get them up to snuff still before the... Okay, interesting. They've given up. Normally they are a little bit more persistent on these things, but it appears that they've given up. And maybe they're retrying somewhere else. We'll find out. But this is something that I'm going to have to now keep a bit more of an active eye on, because at the same time I am starting to plan an offensive operation. And how is this looking? 2 divisions on each side. We'll delete this front line. And that hopefully will hold. What's our fortification level here? Okay, we've got Vitebsk. This one... Yeah, I think we're good. Everything else is over in Onega, just in case. So divisions are rolling in, and we have to wait for the other new divisions to make their way into place. They are now starting their assaults along the lines here. I am already going to delete the First Army front line here, because I do want to pull this off, but I do need replacements before we can do that, because we need to hold this line here. That's quite important. So can't move these off just yet. I need the new troops to be in place from the 6th Army, and also these troops are not particularly great, so they are very untrained. You please take the train if you can. Okay. No further naval invasions just now. But we'll get the planning bonus up. We do have 4 divisions here now. We do have 4 divisions at the Suwalki Gap. So I think it would be good to have a couple more to be able to exploit. And I'm almost thinking if we get a second push going from this way. So let's already extend that here, and then we can also start a more southern assault and just start destroying Allied troops as we go. So I have no idea how many reserves they have, but we'll get these divisions to just fill in, and we'll just have to wait for the for these 8 divisions to make their way to the front lines. So for now we'll just keep a quick eye on things and seeing how it goes. How's the air situation over Poland? They don't have any air over Western Poland, so we may be able to utilize our fighters for a little. We can move them here. Let's move them into known territory. We'll see if that's of any use. But I do have to be careful not to incur too many losses as well. So these divisions are moving into place. This one is moving out. Naval defense troops. We're gonna pull the railway guns south again, and they're already launching attacks here, just in anticipation. But we have to let these eight divisions dig in as well. So there's no good of just dropping them there and then instantly moving the others off. So another battle in the Mid-Atlantic Gap. So far we haven't really lost any submarines, but I think we're also not. They're immediately sending destroyers in to help out. So Not quite as successful as we used to be. Attacks here. I just want to keep an eye on. This is relatively weak. This is just these are just some weak Swedish attacks. So this is nothing that should cause us an awful lot of alarm. Have we completed the fortification lines here? Not quite. But I think they're good enough at this point. Where are my 8 divisions moving? There they are. Okay, let's get them into place. And have we managed to sink? Yes, we have sunk 3 convoys. Nicely done. And these were Mexican convoys. Okay. Well, we'll rack up the destruction as we go. And we just need these divisions in place, then we can move the first army off. And they will get some training just from assisting with the defense, because right now they are cycle charging. The Swedes here are charging very, very aggressively into these entrenched positions. I have no idea what they're trying to achieve, but I'm not complaining because we're not taking losses and they are. So these kind of attacks that are just slaughtered on the approach is going to train our troops and give them effectively free experience, because we're not actually taking any losses. But we can see here that we're taking about 90,000 losses on the defense in. Okay, these attacks here, yeah, they're not getting through anywhere. We're taking a fair amount of losses on the a small amount of losses on the defense only. So we do have to be somewhat aware of this in terms of manpower, and that's why I'm keeping 200,000 in reserves for about 2 years, which means these divisions now need to get their entrenchment up. I'm not going to start moving the first army out until these divisions have the entrenchment. And they're only going to get 57% entrenchment because they're under the wrong field marshal, but there's not much we can do. We get another operative. Nice. What can we get? Well-groomed, not necessarily. A commando and a demolition expert. Italian nationality. Italian Ethiopian. None of this really helps me an awful lot. He's an infiltrator. Linguist, a demo expert, and a commando. I mean, I kind of like an escape artist. Oh, I haven't seen that before. Yeah, I kind of like the skills. Not that we're getting an awful lot from the nationalities, but yeah, we're gonna get him because he's an interesting character, and he can instantly start building an intel network in the north, and then we should be covering our line of assault here. Okay, so we'll need to wait for these divisions to get an entrenchment up, to get their organization back, and then we can start moving the first army divisions off. And meanwhile, we almost got three fighter wings up in the air. So I think the Allies are going to counter that relatively quickly. Okay, there we go. First attacks. The new troops are learning from the established First Army positions in the trenches, basically, and they are having a little trouble with Whoa, it's the Swedes who are quite aggressive here now. Where were we going to go with the light tanks? I cannot remember. I think recon light tanks was what I had in mind. So just a couple of Swedish attacks along the lines here, and these are Polish attacks. Yeah, the Poles can keep attacking. I really don't mind that too much, because it weakens their position significantly, to the point where at some places we should be able to break them quite easily. It's not the Poles I'm concerned about, it's the rest of the bunch. So if the rest of the Allies is more what I'm concerned with here, Poland can assault us as much as they want. Okay, this is an interesting attack. Yeah, just Polish divisions. They're all under strength. So I'm assuming that... What do we know about the Polish Republic? What's our intel right now? Our army intel? Not much. We know that they have a fair amount of divisions, and we know that they've got somewhere around 500,000 men under arms, but that's significantly less than what we have. So... I think we'll be okay. It's the rest of the allies, obviously. The French, although the French have taken some losses. The French, the Americans, obviously, and the rest of the European nations here. So we will try to see what we can get done here to relieve the Soviets. Okay, how's your entrenchment going? Not great yet. I do need to get the entrenchment up here. I can send this division off already because there is one division here that can hold this. So we'll send that one on the front line. And yeah, these are just the usual Polish attacks that we don't have to worry about too much. It's more like can these divisions here hold on their own? Is my concern. We can send one of these divisions over already. We don't need two of them. It gives us 7. We do have the other divisions here which are still training in the field. And they might be complete actually. Oh, have we sunk something? Yes. 3 more convoys. I really wish I was told if these were troop convoys or not. But unfortunately it's not easy to discern. This division here can move off as well, I think. Can you please take the train? This division as well can move off. You can head there. And you are taking the train, thank you. It's more these 2 positions here that I'm a little concerned about. You take the train, please. But let's see how well these divisions are holding. I think they should be okay, but I'm gonna try and get their entrenchment up to max before I'm gonna start pulling, just to make sure. Because we are just getting attacked by a couple of Swedes. Those guys they can hold against, but if I don't know how much else, how many more forces the Allies have there concentrated. That's a naval invasion. 6 American divisions only. They might land there, so I'm gonna send one over, just in case. Just in case they are. And there's an attack in Finland, but that's just a single British. Yeah, that's not a threat. Okay, let's. They should hold this. Yeah, they can hold this. That should not be an issue. We'll see. We'll see if they're landing more, but it doesn't look like, because this is six divisions, and they got 6 divisions attacking here. So this is a small naval assault that I don't think we need to worry about too much. This is still the Swedes cycle charging here. Oh, there comes the rest of them. Okay, there's the rest of them. There are the other 18. So we are... This should be fine. We've got the naval fortifications up, and that is reducing their firepower quite significantly. So our naval fortification... I don't even think I need to move this one. We'll just move you back again. And yeah, this is fine. They're not landing anywhere else. Move you back. Yeah, what was I saying? The naval fortifications, yeah, the naval guns are shredding them on the beaches. And the losses are going to be significant, but this is the Americans. They have troops to spare. We don't. I don't need 2 divisions here on the same tile. Where do we have a gap in the lines? There. Okay, that looks good. How are my troops here holding up? These divisions are getting there in terms of entrenchment. And I think this American naval invasion is going to be defeated. This is starting to look a little sketchy. Why are they so powerful? These are... Oh, because we don't really have the same amount of naval fortifications there. We can reinforce that from the south if we need to, but I'd rather not bother, because I don't want to lose the entrenchment. They've still got one in reserve. I think we're holding it. Yeah, I think we're holding it. Okay, so far we've got five divisions here, which obviously not enough, and we just need to wait for the I think the entrenchment is starting to how much longer? 8 days. Okay, we'll give them a week just to get the entrenchment up to max, because these are green troops. And these divisions, yeah, that was getting a little close here. I might send one of these divisions here just in case to reinforce that a little bit. Because if they send actual capable divisions, or they manage to do a landing on the sides, on the beaches, then things can get quite interesting. But yeah, I think they can hold this by themselves. Yeah, I think at this point they can hold it by themselves. I'm a bit concerned about the lack of firepower, but that's due to that's good due to the -25% combat modifier. And yeah, I think they have sufficient. These are just small Swedish attacks. I think they can hold this with the defense. It's the firepower that I'm a bit more concerned about, that they're lacking because of experience, and because obviously they are in the wrong army as well. Okay, I think we can start pulling the first army divisions off. We have enough divisions here that we can help out if necessary. So that's the last 2 first army divs that we're going to move to the front line. That gets me 10 divisions up here out of 13. And you will please take the railway. Yes. So that's all in good shape. I'm not going to pull these off. I've got these coming in. They just need the readiness. And then we'll start the assault through the gap towards Warsaw and see what we can do about this. I can exhort heroism. Yes, please. I want my war support as high as possible. Is there anything else I needed? No, we don't want to do any collaboration governments. That's not happening. But yeah, I'm just going to maintain my war support and get everything in shape there. We keep trying to sink things in the Atlantic gap, but the Americans are spoiling the party. We'll send more submarines in, and we'll see if we can make things happen there. France has decrypted our cipher again. We've got one submarine which is currently repairing. We'll get that to join. This one can exercise. We'll get that one to join the first submarine squadron once the repairs are done, and then they can move into the Atlantic as well. Okay, I've got a couple divisions that need to get into place still. Why are you not taking the railway? Take the railway. You two, take the railway. I think they got interrupted by the Swedes. We'll have to keep a little bit of an eye on here on the front lines just to make sure that they don't get through. But get there, railway, please, as quick as you can. Yeah, they are making pushes here. That does not look good. How does it look in the east? Yeah, I'm not sure the Soviets are going to get enough troops onto the front lines to even hold the Americans back. Yeah, we definitely need to launch the attack. Okay, there's our first attack against the new divisions. Yeah, that's just a little Swedish attack. We can hold that. Not too much trouble here. And that's the first army disengaged from the Scandinavian theater, and getting ready for the assault into Poland. And I think, yeah, we've got a couple of divisions here that we can already. This is good enough. I'm going to get them already into the first army, and they can move onto the front lines. Take the train, please. And we'll let the rest of them exercise until the Scandinavian divisions arrive, and then we will start. We'll launch the attacks. Yeah, this they can hold. That's not a problem. How's the Air Force looking? We've got 3 air wings standing by. They're currently not defending, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how many fighters they can bring in. Obviously, they have way more fighters than we do. But let's get everybody into position. And these are almost ready in trained level. I could probably have left them in. Yes, Poland, please attack me. I am very much in favor of that. Please weaken your divisions while we are preparing an assault counterattack on you. I could have probably left them in division training, except for the tank division, because that one was never going to be ready in terms of equipment. Have I got priority on reinforcements? Yes. Lend-lease to China isn't... Yeah, we can't get to China, so this is never going to happen. Another naval invasion, just a British div. Nothing to worry about. And here, this is just the regular Swedish assaults. That is going to be relatively futile. It's just there to train up our divisions. Okay. So... these are Polish divisions. I mean, they're under Polish command, but these are in actuality Romanian divisions, which look a little worse for wear as well. So I think we will be good here. And how far are we with? Yes, we are pretty much planned. So we've got the planning bonus up. How's our operatives? Operatives are starting to build up the intel networks that'll help with enemy entrenchment or to reduce enemy entrenchment. And I think in the next episode we will start with the first push towards Königsberg, and this is going to be a supply issue as usual, but we'll try to just break through the gap as we've done in the past and cut them off at Königsberg, destroy these forces, and then just spread out as quickly as we can. I have no idea how many troops they have in Gdansk or in Warsaw, but we'll try to move towards the big city centers and try to get Poland to capitulate. That would be, yeah, because they're breaching everywhere here. So I don't think we can wait any longer. I might actually have to start already. I would love to get my divisions in place first. Yeah, it's no use pushing with inferior forces. But we can probably try to just take Königsberg. And yeah, I think we have the forces to break through the gap and cut them off at Königsberg, and we can use some of the defending forces here. So as soon as these guys are in place, and I think I'm going to... Yep, you're ready as well, ready to go. Everyone here is ready to go. So we'll get all these divisions on the First Army front lines. So we've got 15 divisions on from the First Army getting on the lines. All right, and I think with that cliffhanger, can these guys hold? Yes, they can hold against these weak Swedish attacks. There were a lot of stronger American attacks back here, but I think they've all moved over to China. But yeah, given this assault, we cannot wait. We can't even wait for the remaining divisions to get there. We will launch the assault. Everybody else is just going to have to join in as they go, really, I think. So we can't wait. We keep sinking convoys, which is good. But oh, what's going on here? This is a Greek assault that might cause us some trouble here. I might have to reinforce that. Where are they attacking from? They're cross-river attacks, but they're quite powerful, to be honest. It's more the Air Force really that's helping them out here. I will send one division over just to make sure we're holding this. Because are we having fortifications here? Yes, we have level 3 fortifications here. Even level 3 forts and behind a river and entrenched. We are actually struggling against these Greek troops here. It's the air attacks really that are starting to make the difference. How long are we holding? Do I have to... Okay, they're pinning. Yes, I will have to I can't call last stand because we don't have enough. This is annoying. We don't have sufficient. We don't have sufficient command power, and I don't really have anywhere to reinforce these from. So, why do I have 3 divisions here? Okay. I think this is a frontline problem at this point. I think they've weakened our front lines in the north here. That's annoying. And that just to reinforce this. Okay. I might have to remove these, get these on the front line, get these on the front line. I don't need 3 divisions here. This is too much. I only need 2. That has cost us potentially... that is potentially costing us... Yeah, get there quickly if you can. And see if we can manage to... hold off this Greek assault. Because this division is almost out. And I can't last stand them. So... I'm already on rigid cohesion, but I'm going to launch a counterattack actually to pin them in place while we get that division over there. Okay, division is there. Stop the attack. Instantly hold. Get dug in again. And that division can hold off the attack from the poles. And we have 1 division too many up here. Please send you over there to reinforce that position again. Okay. You are holding. You should be re-entrenching anytime soon at your own leisure. You're gonna return. You can hold off against the Polish attacks, despite the fact. How bad is the air situation? Oh, this is Novgorod. Yeah, that's the problem. If they're on. What are they doing right now? I'm not sure what mission they're on. But if they are, yeah, if they're helping, they are going to lose to AA. But this is going to be hard to. It's going to be hard to hold that if they are having that much air power in Novgorod. So I definitely need to make sure that everyone is staying in their positions. You get back here. And we're sending 1 division over from the southern gap to hold that. And another naval invasion. That is a French invasion. We should be able to hold that. But yeah, 19 French divisions. Okay, so after this little cliffhanger, next episode we will start launching the offensive. The Swedish attacks are holding at this point. We are holding the eastern front line, but just barely. We definitely need to get our fortifications up here. So let's get these 3 prioritized. Doink. There we go. And we will begin the counterattack in the next episode. Where are you moving? Okay. We've got some divisions here in Grodno, which is not quite where I wanted them. I thought I had... What's the First Army front line? Oh, the First Army front line is including Grodno. That's not what I wanted. Can I change that front line? Not easily. Which one is the First Army front line? This one should be the First Army front line. But I can't see the endpoint that I can drag from, unfortunately. It's fine. We'll leave it as is. These are so weak we can assault across the river here without problems. Okay. Next episode we will launch a general offensive into Poland and try to, while desperately hanging on everywhere else. We've still got 3 divisions. These are trained up. Yes, that's 21 divisions out of 1st Army. Yeah, so while we're holding on everywhere else, we will do our best to try and counter the Allied offensives, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough because the Soviets are just outright collapsing here. I'm assuming most of their troops are en route somewhere in Siberia, which means, yeah, things are not going well. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thanks, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.